Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a couple of videos to look at. I know it's probably been about a week. I'm pretty sure it's been about a week at this point since this gameplay has been released. So if you're going to watch the original video for this particular gameplay, please go to the Pokemon channel and check it out. Me here, I'm merely just going to do like I do in all my other videos, is pause it at certain points, break it down a little bit, talk about pros and cons and things like that. But if you want to watch the entirety of it without it being paused, then go to the Pokemon channel YouTube page, and then you should be able to see it there. It's like the very last video that got uploaded, as far as I know. But that's basically how I pulled it up, so it'll be easy to find. But anyway, we got a trailer, another like minute-long gameplay video that came out about a week ago, talking, or at least showing off Celadon City and some secret techniques is what they're calling it, which is essentially the replacement for HMs. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it, playing it. Like I said, I'm gonna pause at certain points, talk about it, and then we'll see where we go from there. So let's go ahead and play it. Again, that little switch like snap. And I don't know if you can hear it, but first of all, as soon as it like started the intro music, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. We knew Celadon City was coming. Now, besides the usual trend of, okay, well, they showed us obviously Viridian Forest, and they showed us Pewter City and Cerulean City. Obviously, we knew that Celadon City was going to come, but just hearing the song, hearing the music again was just nostalgia all the way. Like, it brought me back home. So yeah, I was very happy to hear that. So let's go backtrack a little bit here. So here they just started announcing secret techniques is what they're calling it. I'm guessing this is their way of answering to the HMs, as opposed to like, are we going to have HMs, are we not? And I guess now your partner Pokemon will learn special moves that are essentially HMs. In this case, Surf. Pikachu is surfing on a surfboard, and you are on that surfboard as well. Like, this has got to be like one of the coolest features they added into this game. So I'm really happy about that, and it's pretty cool. You can see like Tentacle just swimming around. That's pretty awesome. And then you got the trainers that are just kind of like just floating in the water back there. But let's see what else we got. Eevee's using Cut. You know, one of the biggest questions was like, oh, well, we see the tree that's still there next to Lieutenant Surge's gym. How are we going to cut it down? How are we going to get rid of it? People kept thinking that HMs are still going to be a thing, but it looks like that you are going to just be able to learn Cut and use it to obviously cut down those trees, those bushes, or whatever. And you actually get to learn it. Well, there's Fly, which is pretty weird. I don't know why with the balloons. I want to assume that it's probably because of Flying Pikachu, the whole balloon thing. But hey, I'm not going to question it. It works. I mean, it's a kid's game, so I accept it. I'm all right with it. Now, I didn't show it here. I might show it later in this video, but apparently, like, you learn these HMs, I guess, through certain people in the game. So they had showed the SSN where you talk to the captain, and the captain is supposed to give you like the HM cut. But with this Speed and Let's Go, he just teaches your Pokemon Cut. So instead of giving the HM, he just teaches your Pokemon right then and there. And it doesn't take up a move slot, which is actually a pretty good thing. So no more HM slaves, like if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we don't have to worry about those anymore, because your partner Pokemon, which is I think always going to be in your Pokemon slot, is going to learn all those secret techniques, as they're calling it. Alright, so there's Fly. Celadon City. I really do appreciate that they kept this guy here with the poly. This is a Poliwrath. Was it a Poliwrath in the original? I could have sworn it was a Poliwhirl, but regardless, I'm happy they kept that. I love the color and the gardening around this. This is pretty awesome, oddish. There's the arcade. I guess because of the whole gambling law situation, it can't be the slot machines like the way it used to be. So I don't know how exactly we're going to be earning tickets or tokens or whatever for this, but we'll see what happens. There's that little area we have to like surf across. I forget what you get in that area. I want to say it's a TM, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm actually pretty ashamed of myself for not remembering. There's the store, which is pretty sweet. This is the inside the arcade system, or the arcade store. You got plush. I'm assuming those are Snorlax plushies. And then there's the poster. Oddly enough, I can tell that's a rocket with a Grimer on the top. So interesting choice of a poster. But there's that poster where you supposedly flip the switch and it opens up that little staircase. Raticate's following around. It's pretty cool to see. And then we have Erica. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture of Erica. Like, this is pretty much exactly how I could imagine it in my head when I'm playing these games. Like, this whoever's doing the art behind these gym leaders is like fantastic. Like they're doing an amazing job, and I hope they keep this up. Like I'm excited to see the rest of the crew. The environment around here is pretty nice. It's all gardens, of course. Vileplume looks pretty sweet. What do we got here? So okay, now they've introduced partner powers, which I guess there was a whole leak about, you know, being able to use your Joy-Cons to activate special moves, and people were worried about Z moves, which, okay, my opinion on Z moves, I didn't mind them. I thought they were a cool little feature in it. Now, as far as competitive, I can see where it might be an issue because it could be overpowered on an overpowered Pokemon. But as an overall extra little feature, I was okay with it. I like certain Z moves, not all of them. Some of them were just like a little bland, but certain ones I was all down for. So people thought that this was gonna bring back Z moves into the Let's Go games, but it looks like it's just something else. I guess you just kind of like wave your Joy-Con, and your Eevee and or Pikachu is going to be doing certain techniques. So for this one, I forget what they call it. Do they say something what it is? Special power, some sort of thunder something, I'm sure, and then Eevee just full on rams it, and then you have exclusive moves. So Pikachu has this Splishy Splash attack. Now the names for this move and for the next couple of Eevee moves, it's a little too corny, it's a little too kid-like, but again, this is a kid's game, so I understand the direction that they're coming from, but I think they could have done a little bit better than Splishy Splash, and then, well, you'll see what the other names are. But this is kind of cool that we get to have like a surfing Pikachu, essentially. I'm hoping it's not as strong as Surf, because that then technically makes your partner Pokemon like extremely overpowered, but I mean, we'll see what the difficulty of the game is like when it comes out. Taking care of Onyx. And then here we have Bouncy Bubble, which, okay, so from reading ahead, Eevee gets 3 exclusive moves, 1 for each type that it can evolve into, which is interesting because your partner Pokemon's not supposed to evolve. Like it's prevented from evolving at all. So I guess this is like their way of making up for not evolving, because you get a water type exclusive move, an electric type exclusive move, and a fire type exclusive move. Now, what I would be interested in trying to figure out, or in seeing this in the future, is do you actually get all 3 of those moves, or do you just pick one? Because I think everyone's under the assumption that you just get the moves automatically. Like as you progress through the game, you unlock these moves. But I just feel like if you have one of each, and then you have like your basic move, and then like if you learn more new moves, like are you going to be able to erase those and put in new ones? Like you don't want to get rid of all of them. So I'm wondering if the game is going to restrict you to just choose one of these moves. But anyway, this is Bouncy Bubble. Kind of looks like an Absorb or Mega Drain, where essentially just steals HP from your opponent and deals some damage, which is pretty sweet. Then we have Buzzy Buzz. See, again, Buzzy Buzz, what was it? It was Splishy Splashy, Buzzy Buzz, and then Bouncy Bubble. Again, very, very childlike, but it is a child's game. So it's kind of like a Spark, and then we have SIZZLY Slide. Who comes up with these names? SIZZLY Slide, it's Eevee's fire type exclusive move, obviously, and it apparently does permanent, or no, automatic burn. So that's pretty interesting. And then that's pretty much it as far as last week's trailers are concerned. Overall, I mean, I'm liking more and more of the stuff that they're giving us. I appreciate the exclusive moves. Names, I think they could have done just a little bit better. The Surfing Pikachu is pretty sweet. I like seeing that. It's interesting how he's using his electric attack, yet he's around water. Shouldn't that shock him? But anyway, Celadon City, it was very nice to see this. I love seeing the fountain and the outside of the stores. It looks very much like how I imagine it to be. I'm very curious as to what town they're going to reveal next. Hopefully Lavender Town, maybe Saffron City. But I'm hoping that... what I appreciate the most, though, is that they're really keeping the music to these towns. And I can't wait to see if they do that for Lavender Town, because that would just be awesome. Like Lavender Town is supposed to have like this really creepy, ominous like tone to it, and I really hope they carry that feeling forward. But I loved hearing Celadon City's music. I'm wondering if we're hearing like I'm not very good at deciphering like remastered music or not, and I'm wondering if we are listening to remastered tracks of these towns as we are getting these trailers, or I'm just, so I wouldn't be surprised if they like wait till the actual game releases and then we hear the actual soundtrack for it during the games. So I'll be curious to see what goes on there. Secret techniques, again, nice. It's a nice little answer to no HMs. I like having the fact of no HM slaves. They were kind of annoying, to be honest with you, but we knew in every Pokemon iteration we had to have an HM slave, so that we were not using up slots for our other Pokemon for more powerful attacks or things like that. Yeah, I really like this video. Now, we're actually not done yet because just last night, I believe, or the night before, there was a Japanese show that actually showed a little bit more gameplay footage. It was very, very short, and it was actually of Mew gameplay, which I actually want to go ahead and check that out right now. So let's go ahead and check out Mew. I don't think there's going to be any volume to this, so we're just going to knock it off. But essentially, it shows you Mew in the game and 4 attacks that it uses. It's going to be Psychic, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Fire Blast. So I really love the looks to each attack. Psychic especially, it looks pretty dope. Yep. Obviously it's gonna one hit KO a Weezing. And then we see, this has gotta be Thunderbolt, I would assume. Yeah, 10,000 something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Thunderbolt. So that's pretty sweet. And then we see both, we're gonna see Ice Beam here on the left and then Fire Blast here on the right. Pretty sweet. I like it. I like it a lot. And then they just show like the rest of it, which we don't have to go to. But I'm gonna go back to this as my backdrop here. All right. So overall, I'm really liking it. I'm liking how they're releasing the trailers little by little to show all of Kanto. And I'll be very curious if they release an Elite Four montage of some kind. I actually hope they don't and save that for us to explore in the game itself. I'm hoping that maybe they change something about it, but I really do like this game a lot. I appreciate the work that they put into this game, even if it's very little, because yeah, people are saying they're reusing models, but if you think about it, like almost every game reuses models in other iterations. And it's like just a Kanto, but like I think they promote Kanto a lot just to make sure that they touch base with like the original fans. But I mean, where would Pokemon be right now without the original 150? So I don't mind it being Kanto. And as far as the Mew is concerned, I know there's like this huge controversy behind putting Mew into the Pokeball Joy-Con. And I understand both sides. I get that, yeah, we shouldn't have to pay $60 for a Pokemon that we should be able to just capture in the game. But the initial announcement was, here is a Pokeball Joy-Con. You are going to be able to play with it, you get to capture it, you get to walk your Pokemon with it. It's $60. It's essentially, I'm pretty sure it's $60. It might be a little bit cheaper, but it's essentially just a controller. They were initially promoting a controller for it. So you, and anyway, just pay the original price for that controller. If you didn't want the controller, that's fine. That's up to you. But if you do buy the controller, you get the nice little incentive of, hey, you're getting a Mew as well. And people are kind of saying like it's like a Pokemon DLC and you shouldn't have to pay for that. Yeah, I get how you're seeing it, but that was not the original intent. And yes, they've announced that there's no way to catch Mew in the game, but come on, this is Game Freak, this is Pokemon. They've always done events to get mythicals, to get legendaries. I mean, look at your legendary Pokemon. They're giving out codes left and right every month for certain legendary Pokemon. They're going to give out a way to get Mew into the game for those that have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I don't care for having a Mew right away. I mean, I'm glad that I'm going to get one, but I mean, if I didn't get one, that wouldn't change my mind about getting the controller, because I initially was thinking, okay, hey, I'm getting this controller, it looks sweet, I'm all for it, I'm going to buy it. Hey, cool, I get this little bonus of getting a Mew. So I really wish it wasn't really an argument, but it is, and I hope people see it in a different way and not in a negative way. I think gaming in general right now it's got a bad reputation, and unfortunately like people just think of DLCs and loot boxes, and yeah, they're not the best thing in the world. They're awful. They're terrible. But you know, gaming overall has kind of died down with and push of technology and everything. They got to make up costs. It's a huge headache, and I honestly didn't want to get into it that much anyway into this video, so I'm sorry I did that. But yeah, I am all for this game still. I'm excited to pick up both of my copies. Hopefully I'll be able to stream it here on YouTube for you guys, and then yeah, we'll see what the next video brings us. But that's gonna be it, guys. I do have one request, and I might make a separate video about this as a little like update for my channel. But I am wondering, I'm asking anyone that is going to be watching this, if you do any sort of animations, like for like intros to YouTubes or outros and things like that, please contact me, and I'll try to make sure to remember to put my contact, like my email address, in the description below. But please contact me, because I really do want to make an intro for my videos from here on out. And I have an idea for one, but I don't think it's feasible or somewhat doable. I don't know. As a hopefully someone with like experience in animation and making those kind of video intros and things like that, please email me and let me know. Maybe send me a sample work to see if maybe that's what I'm looking for. There's one certain intro I have in mind that I really want done, but if it can't be done, then I'll figure something else out. But anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. You know what you gotta do. I'll see you on the next video.